Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be going over a recap of my personal opinions from episode 2 of season 8 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Now this episode was the kind of standard second episode. It followed the same formula as all the second episodes did in other seasons, where they did like a big group lip sync, competition to see who was like, who can dance, who can lip sync, who can do both at the same time. And personally, this challenge is probably my least favorite challenge of the series in general, just because it's kind of boring. Sure, you get to see like who can dance, who can't, who's the weak links, who's the strong links in this episode, but usually to me it's just kind of boring sometimes. The standout for me this episode was definitely Thorgy. She was up there, she was ecstatic, she was just explosive and everything. Compared to all of the other girls, she was definitely up at the top. And I'm also really surprised that she didn't win this challenge, since everyone was talking so highly of her through the critiques and all that, but you know, that's how it went. We did also realize that Kimchi cannot dance for anything. And like, we've seen some really bad dancers on the show before. I can't really name any off the top of my head, but she was definitely, I think it was Bob that said it, that she was probably the worst dancing queen that's ever been on the show, and I kind of agree with that. But anyway, when it came down to the actual performance, it was kind of cute, kind of like reminiscent of like Pitch Perfect and Glee, a mix between those two. They had like the preppy girls versus the like shady bitchy girls. But yeah, overall it just wasn't really that memorable in my opinion. So I'm probably gonna vote this probably one of my least favorite lip sync challenges of the series so far. But anyway, moving on to the actual runway, which is my favorite part of every episode, of course. There was a lot of variety in the runway looks. The challenge was kind of like movie premiere realness in terms of that. First up was Cynthia Lee Fontaine. She came out in a really safe look, I would say. It was really flat hair, kind of shake and go out of the box, kind of wig like that, with just a standard kind of pretty dress. It's safe to say that she was safe for this episode. Which, going back with Cynthia, I know I said in an earlier review that she was really annoying and I don't really want her on the show much longer, but as the show has been going on, she's kind of taken that role of like the annoying one who you kind of want to stay around, kind of like how Laganja and Shangela were. So yeah, I wouldn't be too mad if she stays a little bit longer, as long as she's not staying longer than another queen who deserves to win. Then next was Bob. She came out in, again, another really safe, black, slim, sequin dress with a big afro. It looked okay for her standards. Then Derek Barry came out in a look that wasn't Britney, shocker. Had a really nice sequin short, skin-tight dress. Wasn't the most appealing dress of the week, but I really did like her hair. It really complimented her a lot. Next on the runway was Layla McQueen. She, as much as I love Layla, looked like she did not try for this look at all. For all the other challenges, she's worn her hair down, not styled at all, which again she did this one, and with a dress that literally looked like something that Naysha Lopez wore last week. Up next was Robbie Turner. She was wearing a really nice, pretty, kind of red, billowing out pretty dress with her Marilyn Monroe hair. I really liked it. I don't know why people were saying that it was really kind of unconventional. I thought it was one of the best looks of the week. Next on the runway was Kimchi. She was in a really nice, pretty nude illusion, like pink floral skin-tight suit with really, really big blonde hair. I know my grandma was saying that she looked like she was actually in a costume, which is what she does normally, but I really liked what she came out with. Chi Chi DeVayne came out in a really simple red sequin dress with really lightly teased hair. Honestly, it looked kind of like a one of those Halloween costumes you get that's all like, you know, like pop star or red carpet queen, you know, like it wasn't really too much. Naomi Smalls, she came out in a outfit that looked exactly like the outfit that Tyra Sanchez wore on the finale of season 2. Remember, she came out in like that really long white dress with the train at the end that she was walking and spinning around with. Naomi wore that exact same thing, but in black. Acid Betty, I liked her look from the chest up. Everything else was garbage. I didn't get the like bed skirt that she had around her legs, or her like little part that was see-through compared to everything else that wasn't. But I did really like that big, like, almost looked like a sea urchin on her head. That looked pretty cool. Dax exclamation point came out in another kind of shake and go dress, like Halloween store product. Really, it was a pretty green color at least, but it really didn't look like it fit her at all. Then lastly was Thorgy. She came out in a really nice, pretty sequin pantsuit. I really didn't like it at first, but the more she was walking on the runway, the more I did like it and how it fit to her body. Also, during the main challenge, she did not wear a wig. She just had her normal boy hair kind of wrapped up. I mean, it fit the character, but I wonder if they would really like clock her for that in the future, because like, sure, none of the other judges except for Rue knows what her hair looks like, but maybe that if she does it again, it might be a bad thing. But the big kind of shocker of this episode was with the bottom two, which was Layla McQueen and Dax exclamation point. Unsurprisingly, that was kind of called from the beginning. They both went home, which hasn't happened since season 5, where Honey Mahogany and Vivian Panay lip-synced and they both went home. I personally think that Layla would have stayed if she didn't rip off everything. Like, she took off her dress, she took off her shoes, almost took her wig off, which I know the judges really hate nowadays. And since Layla did that, that probably did put her in like the out wagon. But I feel like it was a pretty fair elimination. I don't think there should have been 2 people, of course, but you know, that's just how it went. It's RuPaul's rules. She can do what she wants. Also, someone else is coming back next episode, which could be Naysha Lopez, could be from some other season. I'm just personally speculating that it's Shangela, even though I hate Shangela. Well, not hate her, but would not want to see her on the show again. So that was all for this episode. It was a really quick recap this week since it's slowly becoming less and less content with less and less queens. I have less to cover. In the comments below, go ahead and leave who you think is going to be coming back next episode so we can kind of compare notes. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, don't forget all the links to all of my social media are in the description down below, so don't forget to follow me on there. Also, don't forget to be nice to every employee that works wherever you end up going today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!